I really did not want this to happen, but it did. Cipher got destroyed by the V5 nerfs. All the buffs she got in the V4 were reverted and her follow-up attacks got even worse. And that is not all. In all the showcases there were before the V5 Cipher double dipped with her true damage. That means that her true damage stacked with the true damage of RMC and 3BE1. This was not intended and is fixed. This is likely her final version as there is a long holiday in China. So what is the pull value of Cipher now? In my previous video I spoke of how she was a massive improvement in Phainon teams. Right now she might be a slight upgrade over Topaz, March and Moze, but nothing impressive. In my opinion, not worth the pulls if you are only pulling to make your Phainon team stronger. In that case, those pulls could be better spent vertically like for Robin Z1. Of course, it goes without saying that if you really like Cipher, and you have the means to get her, go for it. In my previous video, I also mentioned Cipher as an upgrade for Acheron teams. Forget about that. She is now even worse than Pella for Acheron as calculated by Isamo. For me, there has not been an easier skip in 3x than Cipher. If she stayed as she was in the V4, I would have gone for her to make fun teams. I was thinking about an Unaxa and Cipher team, but those dreams are gone. I really think she did not need to get those nerfs. Perhaps only for her E1. People were scared about power creep, but in actuality, even in the V4, it was difficult to slot her in to many existing teams because you would have to give up a Harmony slot. Of course, there could have been strong sustainless teams with her, but people who are zero cycling generally are not that concerned with power creep. She was a decent hyper carry in V4, but did not overshadow existing options. In many of the V4 Cipher hyper carry showcases, she was paired with Hyacinth, who did a considerable amount of the team damage. Which brings us to the next point, which is Hyacinth's V5. Hyacinth is the unit with the least amount of changes throughout the beta. In her V5, the only change was that her energy cost has lowered slightly. So a very small buff. At first, many people were negative about Hyacinth and calling her a Gallagher side grade. However, this narrative has disappeared and people realize now that she actually deals a lot of damage while healing and cleansing a lot. She is far from a must-pull, but is a great sustain especially for Castoris. There are also some leaks about the buffs to Blade and Jingliu, and it seems like Hyacinth will definitely be their best in slot as well. I'm hyped to play a Hyacinth hyper carry team playing her alongside Sunday Tribi and RMC. If you don't feel strongly about Hyacinth and Cipher, you could consider waiting for 3.4. Phainon will release in 3.4, and from everything we heard, it seems like he will be the strongest and most versatile unit in the game. He will probably power creep everyone, especially with Saridra, who will probably be an amazing support, which synergizes perfectly with him. But knowing HSR, that can almost always be said about future patches. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.